Today we are addressing the water damage. Water has been leaking in from the pass-through doors on both sides, and we don't need this storage for the new design, so we're actually going to be removing the doors, cleaning everything up and resealing them tightly and permanently. You can see these big gaps all around the inside. That's just from the factory, how it was built. So we're going to peel up the flooring today and just try to get a sense of how bad the damage is. But in the meantime, removing these doors and getting everything cleaned up and resealed is one of the main things we're doing today. So Jake is starting by removing all of the fasteners around the door, and then with a utility knife gently scoring around the outside of the door to break the seal with the original silicone. With the same knife, he is then gently removing the silicone residue around the door so that he can go in with a degreaser, followed up with some alcohol to get the surface really, really nice and clean and prepped so that we can tape on the temporary barrier. And now with a combination of Gorilla all-weather butyl tape and foil tape, he's going to very carefully seal off the window opening so that no rain can get in until we replace the doors properly. Okay, so Jake got one of the doors off here and it is in rough shape.
Yeah, so we're gonna remove all this gasketing, clean it up a bit. Might just be wet here. Doesn't look too bad underneath.
There's a bit of rot in this corner here, but nothing that we can't fix. So here we are getting a look at the damage, aka all the mold on the inside of the trailer. So we were hoping that it would be contained just around the window, but it actually extended almost all the way to the kitchen. It wasn't so bad on the other side, but there was a big wet patch between the door and the window, which luckily it wasn't coming from the door, but there are these big gaps around the door. So we're going to make sure to do a much better job of sealing that when we put everything back together. We are going to peel back the rest of the floor and then use this concrobium mold control spray to kill the mold and prevent future growth. We're gonna have to do this in a couple stages because we found leaking around the pass-through doors and in the shower, the bathroom area. So we're gonna get a start on that today. I'm putting on knee pads because I don't hate my knees, grabbing a sharp utility knife and gently scoring around the perimeter of the floor. I am so grateful that this floor was not completely glued down. It was just glued down around the perimeter. And so removing it was really easy. It just tore off in chunks and we got it out of there pretty quickly with minimal mess. There was too much stuff left in the bathroom to get the floor out easily though. So we quickly realized the toilet would have to come out, which we had been planning to do anyway, just not today. Thought it would be like a couple-minute job, but the bolts holding down the toilet were so inaccessible. We both tried everything, could not get them out, just could not access the bolts. And so this necessitated removing the tub and the shower, which we hadn't totally planned to do. So things are just snowballing at this point. Jake finally got the tub out, and then we could finally get the toilet out, and then I could finally remove the rest of the floors. So while he was at it, Jake also removed the shower enclosure, which was a little trickier than we originally thought.
Okay, so the easiest way to take out these little clips that are holding the shower walls on, basically there's two pieces. So there's this piece that goes in first, and then there's this little pin that goes in and expands these two sides. So all you really need to do, get your drill and get a drill bit that will drill out the head of that second part. And then the actual siding will just come right out.
After Jake figured that out, things went pretty quickly, pretty smoothly. He was able to demo most of the rest of the bathroom. So this is now my feeble attempt to demo the vanity area, which ended up being harder than it looked. Again, a lot of the installation here had been done from the exterior through the walls, so I just couldn't access a lot of the fasteners I needed. So unfortunately, my camera died before I could get us doing the actual mold treatment, but basically we just went around the entire trailer, spraying down the whole floor area that was covered in mold. We did that really well, and then we just did a lighter layer on the entire floor area because it's a preventative treatment as well. We got that all done, and now today I'm just coming back and removing the surface mold, which should now be inert, but I'm still gonna PPE up because even dead mold spores never did anyone any good. So I'm going to wipe those surfaces clean and then just do one more spray for good measure. Okay, so I'm just using some old rags that I'm gonna throw away after this. Disposable gloves, disposable N95, and I'm just going to wet the rags in more concrobium. This brand is Mold Control, and wipe off the visible mold and then just give everything one last spray. In the end, I found it easier to spray down the wood again and then wipe from there rather than spraying down the cloth, but the mold did come up, like the visible mold that had been showing on the wood. After I finished removing the visible mold, I just went over everything one more time with a lighter layer, and I just sprayed around Febreze style just to make sure I caught any other lingering spores that might have been kicked up today. So that was exactly the type of unexpected yet expected thing that always comes up in renovations, and you kind of just have to roll with the punches. I'm glad it's over with though. It was intimidating because I have never dealt with mold before, and I was worried it would be sort of scarier or more difficult than it was. And a lot of people use bleach, like if you YouTube it or Google it, I think it's called RMR86, and it's a really popular, really strong bleach used to get rid of molds, but it's more to get rid of mold stains, and it's very effective for visible mold. But when you're trying to actually kill the spores and prevent the growth of new spores, this proprietary mineral salt, I think it is, concrobium, is actually more effective, and it's great because it's non-toxic. It didn't smell like anything. We didn't have to use special PPE or anything, which is great. So it was a lot easier to deal with than I originally thought it would be. So if you guys are dealing with mold in your home or in your own trailers or anything like that, definitely check this product out and see if it might be right for you, because this was a lot easier and less scary to deal with than I originally thought it would be. So anyway, hopefully upwards and onwards onto more fun things. We're prepping the walls in order to paint, and after that the rebuild is starting, and this baby is finally going to start coming together. So stay tuned if you are enjoying the transformation process, and I'll see you in the next one.